have this vivid memory of sitting in the bathtub one time and just crying.
I think I punched my dad once.
You're not in charge of me right now. Like, you just won't leave me alone.
I had an epidural in my back, so I couldn't move very well.
She just wanted me to keep pushing and keep going.
Everybody had one. Like, if you didn't have one, you were looked down upon.
This is a show where teenagers share their experiences growing up in today's world. I'm your host, Dr. RJ, and this is A Teen's Perspective.
All right, so guys, I need you to do something for me. If you're brand new to this, you will be on a different level moving forward. So when I'm saying you're on a different level, like your friends are going to be over here in the rest of the world, and you're going to be over here. And the reason why is because you are going to gain the tools to manage your mind. That is huge. I mean, when you can manage your mind, it literally puts you on a completely different level. So, you know, there's this like saying, I think it was maybe Spider-Man or something, with what is it? Or the great gift, you have a great responsibility. What is that? Great power, you have a great responsibility. So now you guys have all this power. So now you have a responsibility. And I'm gonna tell you, here we go, comes great responsibility. Nick was on it. So this is your responsibility. From now on, whether it's your friends, your families, your grandma, your cousins, anybody, strangers in the store, you can manage your thoughts. So it means you have power. Not everyone has that. So you have to be able to be patient with people, okay? So you have to learn patience. I want you to be patient with people moving forward, okay? So if you're gonna agree to be patient moving forward, raise your hand. Let me see how many people are gonna be, okay, there we go. We're gonna see more hands. Okay, perfect. Now there's another thing you have to do. All right, number 2, when you have all this power, remember, people, they don't know how to manage their thoughts. So like their life is literally like a roller coaster. So that means if they wake up in the morning and they're tired, they don't do anything. And we're actually going to talk about that today. If someone gets mean to them, they like internalize it, they feel sorry for themselves and they get sad. Someone makes fun of them, they're just like, oh my gosh, I'm like a terrible person, right? We don't do that because we know how to manage our thoughts. We know those are just thoughts and we manage them. You know, certain thoughts come, we kick them out. You know, other thoughts are great and we want to keep them in. So the second thing I need you guys to do is to give grace. Grace. So in other words, the way my friends and I used to say it, you know, we used to say, let that person make it. So in other words, that means is give them grace. Like don't go full force because you know how to manage your thoughts. They don't know how. So if someone is mean to you, don't fire back because we know this thing is to be true. This is a true statement. Hurt people hurt other people. Because think about it. When you're happy and life is wonderful and life is amazing, you have no desire to make somebody feel bad, right? Because you're happy. You're like, oh man, life is amazing. It's people who are hurting, they want to hurt other people. And sometimes they do it not even knowingly. So if you can commit to those 2 things, if you can commit to it, go ahead and give me a high five. If you can commit to those, high five. There we go. That's what I like to see. I like to see participation. Awesome. All right. Oh, before we get started, I need to tell you this. Your parents are joining me after this is over. So when we finish with you, I get to talk to your parents, which is awesome for you because your parents, sometimes they need life coaches too, right? Like if you believe your parents need a life coach, raise your hand. If you believe your parents need a life coach, they just be taking your phone for no reason, yelling at you, you know, all right, that's what I'm talking about. Gabe is like happy. He's like, yes, mama, get on here, please. So after this session, I'm going to do a parent session. So I'm going to talk to your parents and I already know what I want to talk to them about, but I want to see what you guys want me to talk to them about. So if you can give me an idea of what I should teach your parents, put it in the chat so I can check it out. Let me see what you guys come up with. Let's see, put it in the chat. If there's something I should see, let's see, independence, that's a good one. Discipline, patience, yes, patience, motivation without punishment. All right, I like that. Yelling for no reason. Oh, we definitely gonna talk about that. Freedom, understanding, anger control, mutual respect, I like that. Okay, anger control, trusting and giving, grace, yes, control and temper. So I'm seeing pretty much a theme here, all right? So what I'm seeing is that there's anger control. Just basically, they need to learn how to manage their emotions, right? So they shouldn't be just screaming at you and just coming in, snatching your phone up. Number 2 is independence. There should be some trust, right? They should, hey, I am a teenager, a preteen, I'm close to being a teenager, and I need to learn how to do things without somebody like watching my every move, right? Like I need to go out and make my own mistakes. I need to feel like, hey, I am in control of my life without somebody like, you know, on my phone and monitoring every step and looking at all my chats and everything else, right? So that's the second thing I noticed. And then the third thing I noticed is what else? Grace. Okay, and Grace. So yeah, we can do that. All right. So that's what I'm going to focus on today. See, I got your back, man. Because remember, I am a teen life coach. All right. So for all you who do not know what a life coach is, my job is to help you get what you want. So whenever I'm coaching someone, they tell me, hey, RJ, I want this. I want straight A's. I want money. I want a job. I want a better relationship with my parents, whatever that is. I can help you get it. And the reason why I can help is because I'm a master of the mind. So I can teach you how to just rearrange your thoughts in a way and kind of hack the mind so that you can produce the best product of yourself. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, before we get going, I got to give 2 shout outs to 2 people. Oh man, I was so happy when I read this. So I'm going to start off with the guy with the coolest name ever in the world. I mean, he has the coolest name. His name is RJ. All right. So where's RJ? I saw you on the screen. RJ, wave to everyone. I'm going to read your progress report. RJ, where are you? I thought I saw you earlier. Oh, there we go. He's waving. You see RJ, guys? So this is RJ's progress report. So for the new people, we ask your parents to send in progress reports every 2 weeks. And that's important. And the reason why it's important is because I get to see all of your beautiful faces, but I don't know if you're doing anything when you get home. I don't know if you're like coming here and listening to all this cool stuff and then go back home and just go like mad mode where you're like this, not talking to anybody. You know, I don't know what you guys are doing. So the parents kind of send us progress reports so we know we're on track. So this is RJ's progress report. RJ has been in program for 3 weeks. We have noticed that he's a little more social. So that's awesome, right? Because like if you're not a natural extrovert, and you're used to being around a lot of people, socializing can be difficult. It can be intimidating. So that is awesome when you can overcome that. He also attended a school event. It was like senior movie night, and he met with a few friends. He had a wonderful time. But this is the cool thing here, RJ, and make sure you do this, please. The elementary school asked him to come back and speak to the 6th graders about how to transition to middle school. And he's actually thinking about it. So that's awesome. So everyone, give high fives to RJ. Come on, don't leave me hanging here. Let's give RJ some high fives. Awesome, awesome. All right, so one more I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna get rocking and rolling because I'm gonna talk to you guys about being lazy and how to overcome that. I'm gonna talk to you about it because I have some cool things for you. All right, so this one is for Harper. Where's Harper? Raise your hand if you're Harper. Where's Harper? I don't see him on the camera. I don't see him. Harper, wave if you're there. I don't know. I don't see you. All right, so I'm gonna read Harper's. We have definitely seen improvement with Harper. He was too embarrassed to wear shorts, but yesterday he wore shorts. Hey, so the reason why this is super cool is a couple things. Number one, I was the same way because I'm like 6'5", right? And when I was in high school, I was super, super skinny. So I never wanted to wear shorts and I thought people would make fun of me. So that's super cool that, I don't know if that's Harper's reason, but it's cool that he does that. Now, why is this a big deal? Think about it. I want you to think this for a minute. Why is someone doing something as simple as like wearing something that you're kind of embarrassed to wear? Why is that such a big deal? So I'm gonna tell you why. Whenever you want to grow your muscle, all right? So say for instance, you want to grow your bicep. What do you have to do? Who knows the answer? If I want a bigger bicep, first of all, everybody point to your biceps so you know what we're talking about. Point to those biceps. Let me see those muscles. Come on, there we go, Jackson. I see your muscles. CC, I see yours. Kim G, I see yours. That's what I'm talking about. Jeremy. All right. So if you want to build your muscle, what do you have to do? So this person says curl, push-ups, train, practice, workout, do curls. So you guys know all this. All you know this. And pretty much everyone, all the friends and everybody else know this, right? But guess what? We have to work out our minds too. Think about it. You have to work out your mind. Think of your mind like a muscle. If someone is like, hey, I don't want to wear shorts, it makes me feel bad, or I'm embarrassed. And then guess what? They wear shorts anyway. What did they just do? What did they do? They're working out their muscle of like, hey, who is in control? You're in control. You have to sometimes remind your mind, you have to tell your mind who's in control. So if your mind is like, hey, RJ, don't wear shorts, people are gonna make fun of you. I'm gonna be like, first of all, how do I know what people are thinking anyway? And number two, I don't care, I'm wearing shorts, and then wear them, right? So if you do that over and over and over, guess what? You're building a muscle where you don't have to listen to the thoughts in your head, because we all know that our thoughts, a lot of them come from fear. So that's awesome. So it's a great one. And then it says he's happier. He even cleaned the kitchen without us asking. So I want to see all of, the ones who really want to make their parents happy. Raise your hand if you're doing chores without your parents telling you to do it. Let me see where all my people who want to make their parents happy. That's what I'm talking about. Ava, Sasha, Mick, Ava, Harlow, Valerie, Kaja. That is awesome. Hey guys, I just want to, just a quick little tip. Remember, I'm going to work on the parents for you. So I'm going to tell them all the things that, you told me. You say, hey parents, quit with the double standard. You can't be like getting mad at me for yelling and then you yell at me, right? I'm gonna help them with that. But hey, you gotta help them out too. Do your chores, all right? It's simple, just get them done, all right? We'll talk about it. But listen, what I wanna talk to you about today is being lazy. So if you identify with being lazy, punch the camera. Who here identifies with being lazy? Punch the camera. Let me see. I see one lazy person, two lazy people, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's a lot of you guys. All right. So I want to help you never be lazy again. Who think that would be cool if you could just learn the secret to overcome being lazy? Because honestly, we all get there. We all get there. In fact, I was there this morning, but I'm going to teach you how to overcome the lazy feeling, because you know why? The lazy feeling will hold you back from a lot of things. It will hold you back from exercising and working out if you play sports. Because I mean, come on now, the sports players know how I feel. You know you're supposed to be running a mile every day, and you wake up and it's Saturday, you're like, oh, I just don't feel like doing it, right? I don't feel like it, all right? So this will also help you with studying. Come on, you have an assignment due, and you're like, oh, I just don't feel like doing it, and you procrastinate, just put it off. So it can help with that. So this trick I'm gonna teach you is gonna help with that. It can help you hanging out with friends, building relationships. Who here knows that in order to grow in a relationship, you have to put in work? It's not a natural thing. You actually have to call people and text people and spend time with them and get to know them. Sometimes I know, especially the introverts out there, you don't feel like doing it. You just want to just sit at home, you're chilling, you're comfortable, but you're not going to build a deep relationship if you don't try to spend time with someone. So that is what I want to talk to you guys about today. All right. So if you're ready for this, I need to see you guys raise the roof if you're ready. I need to see some activity. So why do you think I get you guys moving? Why do you think I get you moving? I'm going to tell you the quick secret. And I want you to use this in school. We only have like 6 weeks left. Somebody say blood pumping. Yes. So you can have energy. Yes, Charles. So it's been proven that whenever you're learning something new, I don't care what it is, if you're fully engaged, so what that means is if you're paying attention and you're not texting like Josh, and you heard him put the phone down. So you're paying attention and you're like engaged with your body. Your body has to be engaged. So that's why a lot of times the teachers are like, hey, raise your hand if you know the answer to this question. It's just not trying to see who's smart. It's really trying to get engagement, because we know that if you are engaged, like your body's moving when you're learning and you're paying attention, then you retain information up to like 85%. They studied this for the longest, 85%. So for everyone out there who's like, hey, I don't have enough time to hang out with my friends because I have so much homework. Well, guess what? If you paid attention in class and you were like active in class, raising your hand and moving, you would retain the information faster. So then you don't have to go do it at home. You see what I'm saying? So this is like helping you out. So that's why I like to give you guys to get it movement. Movement helps you remember. All right. So remember that. So here we go. First step to not being lazy ever again. Here we go. You ready for me? You might want to take notes. Gigi can't take notes because she's eating. So you got to take notes. Here we go. Number 1 is you have to understand you're not lazy. So say, I am not lazy. In other words, say, I am motivated. I'm excited. You can't call yourself lazy. Think about this. Lazy is nothing more than an emotion. It's just a feeling. That's all it is. You feel unmotivated. You call it lazy, but is it feeling unmotivated? And it drives me insane when a parent tells me this. My child is lazy. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, come on now. Obviously, whatever you tell the mind is going to believe it. So in fact, I've shared this with some of you that I remember one of the very first people I started coaching like 7 years ago. She used to think she was ugly, right? So she's like, I'm ugly. And I was like, hey, of course, if you say that, you're going to think you're ugly because your mind will listen to you. Your mind takes what you say and it stores it and starts to believe it. So I told her to do something very simple. Go in the mirror every single day for 14 days and just say, I'm beautiful. And guess what? It cured it just like that. It's just so simple. Your mind listens to you. So guess what? If you say, I'm lazy, oh man, I'm lazy. Guess what your mind's going to do? It's going to really tap into this feeling of being unmotivated. So you're waking up and you have to run this mile. You're going to just be like, oh, I'm lazy. I don't feel like it. So that's step number 1. You have to stop telling yourself that you're lazy. Because remember this, laziness is just a feeling. You feel it. We all go through it. Everyone has felt this little mode of like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit in my bed. I felt it this morning. So that's number 1. Now, number 2, this is super important, all right? So remember this. Number 2, you have to understand where the feeling comes from. So remember at the very beginning of this time together, I share with you that you guys are on a different level. So much so that I'm creating a community with just you guys. Because I know that the people you hang around, that's generally who you become. You see it all the time with everything. You know, you've heard of that. The birds of a feather flock together. I'm sure your parents have told you that and you're probably rolling your eyes, right? But it's so true. Think about it. So I'm gonna tell you what I do, and this is what I've done my entire life to help me keep leveling up. So I have a circle, I have friends, but I always expand my network to people who are doing something better than me or something that I wanna do. So perfect example, I remember when I wanted to make money. You know, as you know, I'm an orthodontist, and there was orthodontists who were just crushing it. I'm like, man, I want to crush it too. But if I'm hanging out with everybody else like me, who's kind of like, oh, we're doing okay, I'm never going to learn, right? So I started hanging out with the guys who are crushing it. And guess what? You kind of mimic what they do. You start to pick up things they do. So what I want to share with you is I want all of you to be in community with each other, every last one of you. Because imagine if we can all get together and we all know how to manage our emotions in our mind. Imagine how much success we all will bring. Think about it. Because some of you right now are a C student, and guess what? All your friends are C students. That doesn't help. You need to go find an A student right now and include them in your network, all right? So that's how you level up. So remember, one is you're not lazy. Number two, where does the laziness come from? It comes from your thinking. It's you not understanding that you have control. So listen, everybody, I want you to remember this. Take your hand and do this. Everybody take their hand and just put it next to them. This is your mind, okay? This is your mind. This is you. You guys are not the same. The person who can truly understand that is power. When we're talking about, hey, with great power come great responsibility, that is power. The minute you could understand and actually just really understand that your mind and you are separate, okay? Your mind and you are separate. So it's just like your foot, okay? A foot is a part of you, but you're not your foot. Now, in other words, you know, your foot, you don't identify as a foot, but you need the foot, you use the foot, it's a part of you. Well, your mind is the same way. You use it. Now, this is where the trick comes. We use our mind more than anything else. So then we start to get connected with it. So everything that runs through our mind, we start to believe it. So if our mind says, hey, I don't feel like doing this, or hey, I'm ugly, or hey, I'm not smart, or I'm not good, or nobody likes me, right? Why would you believe that? Think about it. Why would you believe that? Like, why would you believe the mind is over here? It's not you. But you are the person that can say, you know what? Nope, not believing that one. Get out of here. You kick it out. Oh, I'm amazing. I'm believing that. I'm going to hold that one over here, right? So that is really where the power comes. The person who can manage their mind, they win in life. It's that simple. Because where does life happen? Who knows? Does life happen on earth or does it happen in your mind? I'm just curious. Who knows his answer? Let's see. I see Nick says in your mind. Jody says mind. Jamie says mind. Isabella says mind. Mind. Yes, it happens in your mind. Now, yes, we're on earth. We experience life, right? Through our senses, our five senses. We experience life. But ultimately, it's all about in our mind. Because think about this. You could feel something that's cold and you can like it, or you can feel something that's cold and you do not like it. Perfect example. Cold ice cream is delicious. Cold fries are disgusting. They're both cold, but it's all about how I think about it. Because raise your hand if you actually like cold fries. Who likes cold fries? Is there anybody out there that actually like cold fries? I don't think so. Let me look. I'm going to scan through all my pages. Raise your hand high if you like cold fries. What college likes cold fries? What Zavia likes cold fries? Man, what are you guys doing? Oh my gosh, I would throw those in the trash quickly. All right, so we have 1 and 2. Now we got to go to 3. I'm going to teach you how to do this. This is what I want you to do. Everybody right now, trust me on this. I need you to close your eyes. I need you to close your eyes and I'm going to teach you something real quick. This is going to help you. Trust me. I don't want you to suffer from laziness anymore. Now, I want you to imagine like a rocket ship or a spaceship. Just imagine it. Okay? I want you to see it. Now, this is an exercise that you really want to, when I talk to you about like building your muscle, right? You want to build a bicep. Imaginations or thinking things that you want to think about actually builds your muscle in your mind as well. So I want you to think about this spaceship. I want you to think about the color. What color is your spaceship? Jacob, are you thinking about your spaceship? All right, what color? You got a color? Maybe it's multiple colors. I want you to actually see those colors. See the colors. Now I want you to see how tall it is. Is it like a short spaceship or is it like super, super tall? I want you to see this in your mind. I want you to actually have a clear picture of your rocket ship. This is your rocket ship. I want you to see your name on your rocket ship. All right, now you feel like Elon Musk. You see it? And I want you to see how big it is. Is it super, super wide or is it super skinny? How big your rocket ship? Now I want you to see the fire that comes out of it when it's about to launch. See the fire in your mind. See it. Now I want you to hear the grumbling. I want you to hear that in your mind. Try to hear it. All right, now open your eyes. Now listen, these little exercises is how you develop the muscle to take control of your mind. When you can start to experience all of the senses, the 5 senses, we all know them, is taste, smell, hear, touch, and sight. So if you could experience all of those senses in your mind, you have control, okay? You have control because there's so much we do with this. I mean, so much. You know, working with depression, anxiety, a lot of times you don't need medication at all. It's literally how you manage your mind. So I want you to see it. So if you were able to see your rocket ship like clearly, like it's almost like it's a painting in front of you, raise your hand. Let me see how many of you did a good job with that. All right. If you were able to hear the rocket, this is always a hard one. Sometimes hard to hear. They're like the grumbling, raise your hand. Oh, nice. Good job, guys. All right. All right. Now, this is one I didn't even tell you, but this is for like the people who's ready to level up. If you were able to feel the heat, ooh, that's deep there, man. If you're able to feel the heat, raise your hand. Oh, Jacob said he could feel it. Nick said he felt it. Shaquille felt it. So let me explain this to you. I want you to practice things like, it could be on anything you want to. I'm going to tell you why I chose the rocket ship because that's something I do. But this is super important for you to do because when you can start to literally see things in your mind, hear things in your mind, feel things in your mind, that means you literally have power to control the mind. That means even though it's COVID, you can still find happiness. Even though it's COVID, you still could be excited. And we all know how you get what you want is by taking action, okay? So that's how you get what you want, taking action. In order to take action, you have to feel like taking action. So which brings us to laziness. Here we go, the final thing I want you to do right now when you're feeling lazy. This is something I do all the time. I've already trained my mind so it works like there has been zero time. You can ask my wife and my kids. It's never failed. So when I'm feeling lazy, like this morning, I was like, man, I didn't sleep well. I didn't want to get up. I did this and I got up like that, fully energized. So anybody who knows me outside of this, I am energized all the time. Not just this. This is like how I am all the time with my friends, my family, whatever. So I'm going to tell you how to do this. I want you to see your rocket ship. Okay. So this is what you do. Next time you're feeling lazy, either I don't feel like doing my homework, I don't feel like going to hang out with friends, I don't feel like doing chores, I don't feel like going to run or do exercising, all the above. I want you to close your eyes and see your rocket ship. And then I want you to do a blast off. This is what it works. Trust me. You got to trust me on this. It works. Now, I don't do 10 because it just takes too long. I'm like 3, 2, 1, and I'm gone. But you could do it 10 if you need to, right? If you're really, really tired, try 10. Okay. If you're super tired, try 10. I need you to do a countdown. So say, for instance, for me, I do 3, 2, 1. So I'm tired. This is how I was this morning. This is literally me this morning. I'm like tired. I'm like, oh, I wake up and I say, I don't feel like getting up. I can hear my son, Jeremiah. He was making noise. Like, Daddy, come read to me. I'm like, I don't feel like getting up. And then immediately I remember like, oh no, wait a minute. Who's in control of my mind? I am. So I did this. I saw my rocket ship. I said 3, 2, 1. I like literally jumped out of bed. I literally did this. I jump out of bed. If you do this consistently, you're training your nervous system to react this way. And you don't need coffee. I have never tasted coffee a day in my life, okay? If you do this, you're gonna train your nervous system to like get to action quickly. I'm fully energized. Then you can go do what you want. You can go run. You can go like start doing your homework. We'll talk to you another time about momentum. How do you use this momentum? My point I'm trying to share with you is you are not a lazy person, okay? You feel lazy like everyone else. And now you have the keys and you have the power to overcome laziness. All right. So I hope that helped you guys. We're right here at 3:00. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. It's like my first time ever finishing on time. So it was great seeing you guys. Thank you for everybody who raised their hand. I'm sorry I didn't call on you. Next time I will. But great job, guys. And try this today. Everybody do your rocket ship today. When you don't feel like doing something, 3, 2, 1, and do it. All right. See you guys later. Thanks.
I hope you enjoy listening to the group coaching session. And I also hope that you are able to learn something that would help strengthen the relationship between you and your teenager. Until next time, this is a teen's perspective, helping parents see the future.